Meet Jürgen. Jürgen is a top-class manager of this generation, but he's forever in the shadows of Pep Guardiola, Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, and so many more. But today, I'm here to tell you why Jürgen Klopp is in fact the best manager of this generation. For this, I'm gonna need to take you back to the start of Klopp's managerial career. February 27th, 2001. At the age of 34, Klopp took charge of the club that he had made over 300 appearances for. That, of course, being Mainz. And when he took over mid-season, they were currently in a relegation battle in the second tier of German football. But by the end of the season, Klopp had guided them to a 14th place finish in the league, saving them from relegation. And over his next few years at Mainz, Klopp became notorious for his high-intensity style of play that he dubbed heavy metal football. And it was this style of play that got Mainz promoted to the Bundesliga in 2004 for the first time in the club's history. And obviously Mainz went into the Bundesliga being massive underdogs, but Klopp surprisingly did well. He managed to keep Mainz in the Bundesliga for 3 seasons before sadly getting relegated in 2007. Despite the relegation, Klopp stayed in charge of Mainz, but for only one more season in the second tier of German football before he ultimately decided it was time for him to quit his job, and he left Mainz a hero. And it was that very same year, 2008, where Klopp took his second job of his career, that of course being Dortmund. And once again, like he did at Mainz, he transformed this Dortmund side to playing this heavy metal style of football. I mean, he led Dortmund to stun the league in 2011, winning the entire Bundesliga, while giving chances to youth players like Mario Götze and Matt Hummels. And then he repeated this in 2012, winning the domestic double in Germany. And the success only continued for Klopp in 2013 as he led this Dortmund side to a Champions League final. And despite Dortmund going on to lose the final 2-1 to their fierce rivals Bayern Munich, Klopp earned respect from the whole footballing world, from turning Dortmund to underdogs to champions. By 2015, Dortmund had finished 7th in the league, their lowest placement in a number of years, and this is when Klopp decided it was time to step down as Dortmund manager. And just a matter of months later, Klopp took the job at the club where he would thrive the most. That of course being his arrival at Anfield after the sacking of Brendan Rodgers. From the second Klopp arrived, he maintained his style of play that we saw at Mainz and Dortmund, that of course being the heavy metal football. His charismatic nature as well led to the English media falling in love with him immediately. In his first season, Klopp led Liverpool to an 8th place finish in the league, despite this being a decline from last season where they finished 6th. The board backed him, and they saw his arrival as a chance to build a project here at Liverpool. And boy was that project a huge success. Klopp went on to lead Liverpool to a top 4 finish in his second season. He then led Liverpool to 3 Champions League finals, winning one of them, and he also had them in the top 4, 7 out of his 9 Premier League campaigns with them. He also got 90 plus points in these league campaigns, not once, not twice, but on 3 separate occasions. And that was not it for his success at Liverpool. He managed to lead them to their first top division title in 30 years. He also won 2 League Cups there, both at the hands of the Blue £1 billion bottle jobs, an FA Cup, a Super Cup, and even won the Club World Cup with them. All of those achievements that I've just listed for Liverpool in recent history were all due to Klopp's brilliance as a manager. And for me, this brilliance is down to 2 main reasons, and it's these 2 main reasons that I think he is the best manager of this generation. The first reason being that he molds players. Klopp has made players from nothing to something developing them from nobodies to world-class talents. And we've seen him do it with so many players. Sadio Mane, his first big signing at the club, and was arguably the best footballer in the world at one point.
The one that I'm mentioning now, Sadio Mane. I said it last time I was on it, he's the best football player in the world.
There's also the likes of Mohamed Salah, Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk, Gini Wijnaldum, Andy Robertson, and the list really does just go on and on and on. All of those players I have just listed cost Liverpool a total of £250 million. And for me, every last one of those players have been worth every last penny Liverpool paid for them. Klopp moulded these players without spending big on them as well. Liverpool's net spend was only 346 million during Klopp's entire reign there. Meanwhile, you have competitors like Man City, whose net spend from 2015 until May 2024 is over £900 million. And yet, despite Klopp spending less than 50% of what City spent, he managed to compete toe-to-toe with them. The other big reason why Klopp is the best manager of this generation is his trusting in the youth. He has trusted youth throughout his entire managerial career, but particularly at Liverpool. He has given over 40 youth players their senior debuts, and he has made just under £100 million on selling youth products. Meanwhile, at Pep's time at Man City, he has given only 24 players the chance to break into the first team, and Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid being even less, with letting only 7 players make their debuts for the club. There are the obvious talents that Klopp has trusted over the years: Trent Alexander-Arnold, who won it all by the way, Curtis Jones, Kelleher, Kwanzaa, but there are also so many former youth players that have gone on to do big things in the world of football. And even as recently as last season, Klopp has been trusting in the youth. Due to an injury crisis at the club, Klopp had to take a very young team to a cup final at Wembley against Chelsea. He managed to go on and win that cup final as well, and that team was dubbed Klopp's Kids. Both of these reasons I have just given you are the key reasons to why I believe that Klopp is the best manager of this generation of football by a country mile. But the question is, who do you guys think is the best manager of this generation? Let me know in the comments below. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.